The way of the samurai has always fascinated many fans, learning the ways of Bushido and having honor as a warrior. Sucker Punch Productions wanted to give gamers a take on that same lore and history as you play as Jin Sakai, as you make the choice of fighting with honor or with deception. Welcome to our review of Ghost of Tsushima, out now on the PlayStation 4. Lord Sakai has to take on the battle of his life serving under his uncle, Lord Shimura, who has been captured by the Mongol leader Khotan Khan. His invasion of Japan has been a brutal one, killing almost all of his clan and destroying villages. You as Jin Sakai, who tried to take on the Khotan Khan on a one-on-one fight, was expectingly and hilariously outmatched. Your story truly begins after getting thrown off a bridge to be reborn to save your uncle and stop the invasion on Japan. You will have to decide on how you will face these oppositions, either with brutal force or fight with honor. I say give them a taste of mixed tactical style. So, will you let your moral code control you, or will you adapt to the horrible force attacking your people? Sucker Punch with the moral code in games is always fun. This game is smooth like butter. Visually speaking, you will have a vast area to admire. I tend to switch between riding my horse and just running around 13th century Japan. Even the subtle scenes of Jin leaning over on a horse to touch the tall grass. The atmosphere of the game gives off a mystical element that puts you in there, even though the people are all different, giving the game proper life as if you are in an MMO somewhat. It is just all around beautiful, hence why you have a photo mode to personally capture each experience. Innovation is key when it comes to Sucker Punch Productions, because if you touch the touchpad, press it in, has fun features. When you swipe forward, you will get wind direction that will tell you where to go or what's your next objective. You swipe left, you can put away your sword, and I love the animation of him wiping the blood off the sword or just swiping it off and then sheathing it. It's beautiful. You swipe right, you can pull out your flute and play a sombering tune that will make you feel nice. Or you can swipe down and do a nice bow, which I tend to give my enemies after each battle sometimes. But they are used when certain areas are required, especially when you have to bow in front of a statue that unlocks in a certain area. A few options that you can take to start off with when you begin your journey. Give yourself a full-on Japanese language with English subtitles. Go full dub, as well as change it to classic black and white Seven Samurai movie style. Honestly, I think you'll be cheating yourself, because the beautiful visuals and colors of the game would be damaging if you put it in black and white. I mean, it does give it that subtle, nice tone of a classic martial arts movie, but still, yeah, you would just miss out on all the vibrant colors, atmosphere, and all that. Yeah, this game has a wonderful day and night cycle, by the way. You can get weather changes, and it all shows in the textures of the characters' fabrics, even with the people. I actually had fights where it's all about the attention and detail. Let me just get into that real quick. You roll into the mud and your body can be fully covered in mud. Then all of a sudden you jump in the water and it washes off. Or if there's rain, some parts of your body will show the mud just washing off. This is actually pretty cool attention to detail, especially with the blood splatter as well, that can also wash off when you get into rain or water. I love those little tidbits. It's freaking awesome and it's fun. You will have to keep your guard up at all times. Not only are you fighting the Mongol horde, but apparently your own countrymen are taking advantage of the situation by looting other villagers. Don't get me started on some of the wildlife that feel the need to square up to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This game is a grinder, but in a fun way, where you pick up supplies, iron, bamboo, animal pelts, and other things scattered across the land. There will be a slight glow to the items for you to pick up, so it's not hard, and it's fun at times too, because you could be on a mission, you just see something glowing. So I call it the piece of candy method of the game. Not too bad, not too aggravating, and plus it comes in handy because your supply count actually helps with bartering for upgrading your equipment and getting more ammo for your weaponry. So gather as much stuff as possible where you see it. This is your world to play in your way. I'm not going to tell you what to do because you go your own path, and that's the beauty part of it. It's an open world, and no loading times, it seems, at all. It's like seamless as you go through each and every area. And I know that they do a sneak way of adding loading times by adding cutscenes and stuff like that, but you'll never notice because you're just going around doing a lot of things. I personally made sure I unlocked the bow from jump because you're going to need long range attacks in certain areas, especially when you take over a camp and there's a lot of sentries on top of towers and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that you should do that, but that's what I did personally. That's just me. You can stay on a steady path to go through each mission, which grants you different achievement points, but you know darn well that you're going to be going after the side quests. Side quests are very key to building up the character before you get to the end game. A lot of stuff to do so far. You can unlock 4 different sword stances that cater to your enemy's fighting style, as well as mythic quests to give you superior unblockable moves. Fox then will unlock more slots for your charms that you obtain through missions that will grant you better attributes. Then you have your bamboo strike missions where you have to do a quick time event to slice through 3 levels of bamboo. This will unlock more resolve, which you use to heal and of course use your special attacks. The other thing to search for are hot springs throughout the land that helps Jin reflect and increase your health to the maximum level. You'll also find pillars of honor to find more sword vanities and the occasional special merchants. You will have your hands full of different tasks. Yeah, I know what you want, and I stalled for too long. We're gonna go into the combat, baby. It's freaking awesome, and oh my god, I love every moment of it. I am actually riding around looking for fights, or hoping someone tries to ambush me. If you hold down the R2 button, you can switch through your 4 fighting stances. You have your base rock stance, you have circle. If you hold R2 and hit circle, is your stance against shields. Triangle is a stance for spears and dual swordsmen, and finally square is for brutes. Now here's where I'll come back to the whole fighting with honor or with stealth. Being in stealth and shooting enemies from a distance using smoke bombs, regular bombs, kunai strikes, if you do a standoff, you are pretty much performing a come at me bro, where it starts off as a one-on-one fight that can lead to you killing multiple enemies in a quick time event. You hold down triangle and have to wait for them to attack. At times they will pump fake to make you react too quickly, so be patient, be still, until the right moment to attack. After you take out that first wave, you can handle the rest of the camp or field of enemies any way you see fit. There will be times you will have to retake a camp, and if you press in the touchpad, you will go into a detective mode to see silhouettes of enemies in red. Other weapons at your disposal will be your half bow and your long bow, as well as bombs that will disorient enemies. These are different from the other quick strike bombs that are in the kunai and smoke bomb wheel. These actually can be thrown like when you use your bow, and you can actually hit that and hit a whole bunch of enemies at once. Pretty cool. Just don't stand too close or you will get affected. Here we come to my favorite arsenal, the longbow and half bow, because you get arsenals of different arrows. You get the fire arrow, you get your standard, you get your heavy, and you get your explosive so far. All of which are good because if your enemies are running in a tall grass brush, I advise using the fire arrows because you can light the brush on fire and kill enemies at once. Also, you can tactically use the environment for your advantage as well. As example, if you see a beehive nearby these enemies, you can hit the beehive with an arrow and cause the swarm to attack the enemies. So, look at your surroundings and use that surroundings to help you out in your fight. There will be at times as you have to recruit people throughout your story. So you will have to do tasks for them so they can join your revolution to take back Japan. Each character is rich, and they did a great job telling each story because there's a lot of sadness going on here. Because when an invasion happens, war is not pretty ever. I love how they tell these stories to show you that, yeah, there's a lot of consequences when it comes to invasions and what you will have to do in order to survive. There's a lot of people surviving, there's a lot of betrayal, and there's a lot of situations where people have lost loved ones. So really taking this story as it is, and I have to say the writers behind this did an awesome job. The boss fights are legendary. You will not be able to use your other tricks. This is a straight up one-on-one fight, so watch out for the tails of your opponents, like the flashing of red and the flashing of blue. These are their ultimate strikes that are unblockable, so you gotta get the hell out the way and time it just right. Perfect parries will give you a great opening to strike. Square is for quick attacks, and triangle is for heavy attacks. Heavy attacks can break guards and leave an opponent open for you to go in for a quick strike. Hopefully end their existence right there. Now it's up to you to take a bow after they're down. But that's just me. Woo! I spent a lot on the gameplay. Here are my negative thoughts, which are not many. That damn bird that leads you to secret things has a bit of a glitch, where it runs into buildings or circles around at times where I think it got too much into the sake. Sometimes observing the leaders does not work. I stay waiting to hold down R2 to observe, but it never registers, so I feel cheated in getting my 2 points. The last point is just a personal joke. This game judges your actions. Don't freaking judge me. This is war, damn it. I had to do what I had to do in order to help people. If my methods are not of the ways of the Bushido, well, I guess I'm just a Ronin with no honor. It takes a brute to end brutes. You understand me? And my uncle judging me. Get out of here. We are at the finale. And yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is worth every penny. Hours of content to play and a great story has been made. I got the deluxe edition, so it gives me a bonus content. Congrats to Sucker Punch Productions for being #1 not only here in the States, but also in Japan as well, which is pretty much a first for a Western game to make it #1 like that. This felt like a great game to end the cycle of PS4 before passing the baton to the PS5. I plan to replay it over again on a harder difficulty, and it has easy trophies to platinum this game. But honestly, it's just a good fun to be had with a rich story, so try to take it in and enjoy it as best as possible. Also, share your photo mode screenshots, because I love to see everybody else's photos that they took in this game. And that being said, Ghost of Tsushima gets my perfect B score of 5 paws out of 5. You need to grab it, you need to buy it, and you need to play it. And I'm pretty sure you're going to love it. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please hit that like and subscribe button, as we are close to 400 followers. Please share your thoughts below, and I will see you in the next video. As always, gamers, be stout.